All right, welcome back to Morning Express. In case you're joining us now, welcome aboard. It's time for us to look at the dailies. And joining me to do that, we have Deki Omukoba and Kevin Osido. Good morning, and thank you for joining us. Basically, just to see what's making headlines. Straight to the dailies. And we start off with a standard as usual, where we have some good athletes running there. But what is the story? Kenya world track stars in doping scandal. And, well, secret dossier, which has been released by the World of Athletics body, IAAF, links 363 top athletes, including 53 Kenyans. We do know that one of the Kenyans, of course, was a marathon winner that was implicated in this, to possible drug cheating and damning expose that will rock the multi-billion-dollar industry. So let's start with you, Kevin. This would be very bad news for our athletes and, of course, generally for the world of athletics.
Yeah, quite sad news. And you note that sports is one of those very huge investments for Kenya. And lots of young people have been more or less encouraged by our athletes to be able to join the good men and women who've been lifting the Kenyan flag up there. And besides the investments that the government is putting in the sports arena, we also note that there is a lot of direct benefits that the country more or less gets from our athletes when they go there. And so the biggest challenge would be how to deal with this, not only in the face of the international community, but precisely even within the Kenyan social arena, because we have a lot of young people who, as I've already said earlier on, they get encouraged by these athletes. So how the IAAF is going to deal with this, I think they must have measures to be able to deal with this. I think Kenya needs to be, especially our Ministry of Sports, the CSHS now needs to come up with a good explanation to be able to not only defend the country, but also to ensure that investigations within the country are done, and that the face of Kenya will still be lifted up as the athletes have always done it.
All right, and Deki, Kenya seemed to have been one of the countries where we rarely had any doping issues. But this seems to be now becoming a little bit more common. It's not the first time that we're having athletes, even in Kenya, implicated with doping issues. Something that maybe we need to be concerned about.
It's very true. I think we need to begin to understand that we are very good when it comes to this particular kind of sport. And so the infiltration of drugs and of doping becomes a negative, to what we do. And so I believe that there needs to be an investigation, not just on the athletes, but on those who surround them as well, so that we know what goes on, in some of those camping places where they conduct their activity, and who is in charge of them, and what kind of advice do they get moving forward. So I think that it needs to be, a coming together of all stakeholders for us to be able to address this situation, because as Kevin is saying, that it is our name that is on the line, not just the name of an individual athlete. This is a representation of the entire nation.
And
so we need to do something.
And generally the sport as well, because really would want a sport that is won clean. When we're winning, would want to know that Kenya has done that clean without any assistance or anything that is against the rules that are laid down by IAAF.
It's very true.
Yeah. All right, and